Galaxy Note 4 has the Quad HD display found on only a handful of handsets presently. This phone has a resolution of 1440 x 2560, which delivers 515 pixels per inch. The 5.7-inch Super AMOLED display is covered with a layer of Corning Gorilla Glass 3 for enhanced protection from accidental scratches. The Nexus 6 will most likely stick with the Quad HD display on a 5.2-inch True HD IPS Plus capacitive touchscreen, which is the top resolution presently unless a resolution becomes available, that is somewhere between 1440p of the Quad HD and 2160p of the Ultra HD Hollywood standard for TV shows and movie recording presently. The Quad HD resolution on a 5.2-inch display would be 565 pixels per inch. The Galaxy Note 4 runs on two different models with different processor setups. The first is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 Cry 450 processor running at 2.7 GHz, and the second uses two processors, one faster, the other slower, to moderate heat and battery requirements depending on requirements. These two processors are the quad-core 1.3 GHz Cortex-A53 and the 1.9 GHz quad-core Cortex-A57. 3 GB of RAM is present and the removable battery is 3220. The Nexus 6 is expected to have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 805 chipset and quad-core 2.7 GHz Cry 450 like the Galaxy Note 4. Memory is 3 GB of installed RAM. The battery is unconfirmed at this time, though there is some information that the battery may be a new ion type. It is not likely to be removable. Wireless charging is expected to be added, perhaps key compatible as well. The Galaxy Note 4 uses Android 4.4.4 KitKat augmented with TouchWiz. There are also alterations and several apps included to help use the included S Pen stylus. The Nexus 6 could possibly use the new Android OS 5.0. This would be a major scoop for the model if this happened. Historically, Nexus smartphones have done this, because they do not need an extra compatible skin to be developed to go over the top, which delays the release of new Android updates. No other smartphone is near to using this version of Android yet, and haven't even upgraded to version 4.5 KitKat as yet. So this would be a significant jump forward if the Nexus 6 included it. Nexus models have also had plain vanilla version of Android without additional heavy skins, which have made them phones very fast moving to use, and have a different GUI appearance than many people are used to. The Galaxy Note 4 has 32 GB of internal storage, which is sufficient for its needs. There is the option to add a 64 GB micro SD card as well. The Nexus 6 likely will have 32 GB of internal storage but completely lacks a micro SD card option, which is in keeping with previous models. Customers either love or hate this minimalism ideal. With the cost of 3G and 4G LTE bandwidth for streaming, it doesn't always make sense to store media in the cloud and stream it as you walk around or when at home, so the lack of external storage can be a deal breaker for many. The Galaxy Note 4 has a 16-megapixel camera at the back of the phone, which is surely enough for most buyers. This comes with image stabilization, panorama and a host of other useful features. The front camera has 3.7 megapixels, as well, so it is one of the best resolutions for selfies. Video can be recorded at 2160p at 30 frames per second from the rear camera and 1080p at 30 frames per second from the front camera. The Nexus 6 is expected to be light on camera specifications with a 13-megapixel rear camera and a 2-megapixel one. Video is only expected to offer 1080p video recording at the high end. This could change prior to release. The Galaxy Note 4 has many sensors including gyro, proximity, accelerometer, barometer and compass. The gesture sensor is handy to move your phone around and get it to take certain quick actions. Heart sensors to help out health apps also include heart rate, UV and SpO2. The Nexus 6 is not presently expected to have any exotic sensors. In fact, it's only expected to have an accelerometer, gyro, proximity, compass and barometer sensor. If health apps really do take off before the Nexus 6 release, then again, this could also change. The Galaxy Note 4 includes the latest communication technology. Speed along with Category 6, 4G LTE at 300 Mbps downstream and 50 Mbps upstream. Beam the screen over to a monitor or digital TV using DLNA. Bluetooth 4.1 is included. NFC is also present to make instant payments. The Nexus 6 will probably also have Category 6, 4G LTE radio, in order to provide the fastest 4G LTE options. The number of 4G LTE bands may be expanded to match the 20 bands that were just included with the iPhone 6 as well. Bluetooth, DLNA and NFC versions will most likely match the ones included with the Galaxy Note 4.